Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And today we have a little special modification that we want to do here at the boat. Especially if you own a Jeanneau 795, this is important to you. And what it is the installation, our V-berth TV. As you can see right here, we have the TV connected here. Now if you notice inside here, there's really no other space to put that TV other than this here. But if you put the TV here, then this door, when I need to open it and put it back there, the TV will be in the way and I will never be able to open this up again. And this is good to open because if we need more space here, we can open this door completely. Now on this side, on the other hand, we have a whole wall. This wall here in an angle, that's where we have the bracket installed, through bolted through this wall here. And on this side, there is no outlets, no 120 volt outlets, except for that one right there, which we already taken apart. So stay tuned for the installation and how to do this extension from one side to the other right here at the Jeanneau 795. And here we go. Okay, so here we have the existing outlet in the V-berth that we're going to tap in to do that extension for the new outlet. The first thing we have to do is take off this little finish cover around the outlet to expose the 4 little screws right below to take it off. When you take off this finish cover, be really gentle with it because it has little tabs on the bottom that can easily break. So when you're taking it apart, don't force it, just take it off little by little all the way around until it comes off. As you can see here, one of the little tabs behind that little finish cover is broken off. So that's why you have to be really gentle, so that way you don't have a problem when you put it back on again. Okay, so let's put the cover aside, and now we're ready to take off the 4 little screws in each corner of the outlet. Once you take off the 4 screws, carefully pull the plug out so you can take them apart. All right, so here's the outlet that we took off from the opening there. And it has a plug, a convenient plug that we can add another cable to it and have power taken out of there. And this little thing here that fell down is the plug that goes into this. And right there, you can see there's extra holes for another set of wires to be connected to these little prongs here that go in to this little plug here like that. And then you can connect it back to the plug that I have back there between that box and the wall. That is really convenient. That's one of the things that I like what they did there, because I was able to take this off from the main cord over there and then add another wire to this, so I can extend a wire all the way through here and bring up here an outlet here, and then I add that outlet to that same outlet there. And since that one there is not going to be used almost for anything, but the one on this side will be used for the TV. And that's the main thing that we want to use here in the V-berth. So what I have here is I bought a pack of 8-foot wire, 14-3. It has to be 3 because this is 120 volts. So you need the ground, neutral, and hot wire. So what we're going to do is cut off one of these ends, and I'll show you that next. The other tools that I'm using, wire cutters, strippers, and a little utility knife. That's all I need here, and a screwdriver, of course, so you can take off the screws from the outlet there. And here we have the outlet that we're going to use to do the extension. This one right here. And what I like about this one, it has USB connectors there to power up your cell phone or whatever you want to charge, tablet, whatever. So this one here is surface mounted. It has little holes here with the screws, and you just mount it on the wall. The wire, we just run it from back there inside under here, and it has a plug right there, which we're going to use this plug here to connect it to. And then the other side, this one here, we won't need, because this side we'll cut it off and connect it into these right here, which in turn goes together with the cap and comes back out and then back into that hole there when we put it all back together again. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is this plug here and this gray part, we're going to take it apart. It has little tabs there, so we're going to lift the little tabs and pull the gray part out so we can insert the new wire. I already did that part there just to show you, but this part here, just to show you how to take off this part here. All it is just pull it apart like that, and then you expose these three prongs here. Once you expose that, what you do is you strip the tip of the wires, the new wires, and you're going to insert them into the corresponding hole. The white wire, which is the neutral, goes with the blue in this case. You have to check yours, but on the top here, it says exactly what everything goes at. Neutral is the N, which is this one right here. The middle one is the ground, the green one, and it's also green and yellow. And then the last one is the live wire, which is brown, and the live wire for us here is black. So that's how we put them in there. Once you slip them in there, they're going to come out through here. Same thing with this one and this one. And then the wires just, they somehow grab in there and it doesn't pull out anymore. So now we're ready to put this cap back on again. We have to follow these three little prongs here into the hole inside there, and then clip it back here again with the little tabs on this thing here from the gray part. All right, before pressing with pressure, make sure the three tabs are in place there and not bent in place or out of the way in there before you press it all together again, and then just clip it together little by little until it clips. That's it right there. All right, now everything is in there and it won't come out anymore, and the three little tabs are in place right there. All right, so now we're ready to go to the next step. All right, so the next thing we're going to do, this has a little cover here, and we just tear off the little tab there so we can make the space for the second cable. The first one is already taken off because that's the first cable that was running through there. Second one has this little tab that you just break off, and now you have the space to run the other wire next to it. So we're going to throw that away there, and then now we're ready to put this part together here with the casing, and I'll need 2 hands for that, so I'll be right back. All right, so here it is positioned in place now. This little plug goes inside this little space there. You have a screw there that we're going to take off because we're going to put the other cover over this one. Put that aside. Okay, just make sure all the wires are in its place there, not on top of something that's going to be crimped in. Everything is nice and free in there. Okay, perfect. And then what goes next there is this cap right here. You can see the hole right there for that screw that I just took off, and this cap goes on top of this here, and it has little clips on the sides, one in each corner, which clips into these little things right there. Has both sides. It's a little difficult here because I'm trying to do everything. I need 4 hands and I only have 2. One is holding the camera, the other one's holding the work. But let me go ahead and put it together and I'll show you right afterwards. Okay, here's the cap in place. And you see this side is a little sticking out still. All you have to just press it and it clicks in place. Okay, now the whole thing is in place there. And the next thing is the little screw that goes here. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on next. This is the wire we added. This is the one that was there already. Now we have the extension so we can add the outlet on the other end. Alright, this is how it looks after we did the whole installation. This is the new wire. This is the old one that was there for the plug. This is the back side of the plug, and the front side right here has a little cap that you open and the plug is under there. So here there's only 2 connections, one here, and that one there with the little screw, which is the ground. And you can see right here the ground with the little screw, this one here and this one here. So it goes exactly how you see it right there. So we're going to go ahead and put that on there next and get ready to put it back in place over there. And I'll show you what they did here, which is really awesome. I think this is really good because you're able to take this off and add another wire, so you can add a extension to another outlet, which is really awesome. The way they thought this up, it's perfect. It gives us the ability to add that second outlet without having to make a mess with the whole thing here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put the plug in, and then we'll show you that right after. Okay, so we're going to loosen up. What you do is you hold these 2 sides, because these metal things are clipped with that screw there. So you want to hold the 2 sides like that. Take off the screw. Okay. Now you put the little screw through the little ring, which is the ground wire, and then you're going to put it back in the same little hole you took it off from. It's a little difficult. If you have help, it's going to be easier. I don't have any help. A third hand is really necessary for all this work here. Okay, now we're going to put this straight like that. Keep it straight. And there we go. Okay. By holding these 2 sides here, when you put the screw, all this metal part here could come off. So that's why you hold it on each side like that, so it won't pop out on you. And then now we're going to put the plugs back in place again. That's one, and then the other one. Okay, that's it right there. That's all that is right there. Now this little cap here, you push it back, and it has 2 screws here as well, which you're going to loosen up a little bit. That way you can move it back in place again. It has 2 tabs. It has a tab here and a tab here. Those tabs click on the sides of the plug. I'm going to just push it in there little by little. Don't force anything until you get to the right position there. Okay, we're almost there. It's a little bit off. There we go. And this one, there we go. It just clicked in place. Okay, once it clicks in place, you just get your screwdriver and tighten up these 2 screws here. That way it won't let it slip out anymore. And again, if you have help, it's going to be much easier. I just have myself here today doing this, but a third hand would come really handy. You're going to tighten these 2 little screws, and remember, this is all plastic, so don't overdo it. Just enough for it not to come out, and that's it. Okay, so now we're ready to put this back in place in the wall, which is our next step. and then after that we have to run the new wire to the other end for the new outlet. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this plug off because I don't need the plug. So I just get this and cut it off completely, and then we're going to expose the wire here, and then we're going to do the same thing on the outlet for the new outlet. It comes with its plug also, but we can't use this, so we're going to go ahead and cut it off here, and we're going to put connectors on both sides here, and then protect it from weather. Even though in here everything is dry, it's not going to have any moisture, but you just got to be ready for anything. So this is our next step here as well. So now I'm going to go ahead and strip this one out, and then run the wires. All right, so this is the thing that I like that they did here. Here's the outlet that we connected with the extension cord, and then all you have to do is just plug it back together again. Now on one side it says L for live, ground, and N for neutral. Same thing, it says it on this one too. So you just line them up, L with L, N with N, and the center. Just click it in place, and that's it. That's what I like about what they did here. This makes work really simple. All we have to do now is just run it back in there together with the wire, and then the wire we have to run down into here and into this compartment here, so we can run it through and fish it out all the way on that end there to connect the outlet up there. All right, so we're going to run the additional cable that we just made into here, and there's space under here, and I think I already see it there. Let's see, a little bit more. There we go, and it's right here. So now we're going to go ahead and run it all in there. That's the end of it there. Then run all this into the hole so we can put the plug back in place again. There we go. Perfect. All right, and then we have the cable coming from in here. We're just going to take everything out so we can run it where we need to. Perfect. All right, excellent. Okay, right here we're using these little zip tie tabs. It's a little plastic square, and it has a little buckle there, and then you slide these little tiny zip ties, and it has 3M tape on this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape it under here to keep the wire out of the way and in place there. Hopefully this will hold. Let's see. What I did is I cleaned with alcohol first under there. Now I'm ready to stick it under there, so I'll be right back. All right, so I just did that there. It looks like it's holding pretty good, so that'll hold the wire there out of the way, and it's not going to be in the way of anything in there. Probably will put another one on this end here and wherever we need it at. All right guys, we ran the cable all the way to here, and right here in the middle is where we're going to do the connections. And we're going to use these little connectors, and we just crimp them here, put the other cable on the other side and crimp it, and that's all we're going to do next. All right, so we're all done crimping the connectors. All right, I double checked them, make sure everything is nice and tight, there's no problems. Now I'm going to use some tie wrapping and some of these little tabs that we've been using with the tie wraps to connect it, and we used them here as well to hold the wire in place. We went down in there, and then we're going to use some of those tabs under here to hold the wires in place and tie wraps, and that way nothing is hanging in there that you can eventually pull and break in the future. So we're going to go ahead and tie wrap everything and put it under here out of the way, and then after that we're going to go ahead and try out the TV on the connection there, so stay tuned. All right, we got the TV plugged in. Everything's still a little loose because I just want to make sure everything is working fine. Cables in there still loose, but everything's connected. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the panel here. Hold on a second. All right, so we do have power now. Let's go ahead and turn it on, and there we go. We have TV and our V-berth now, and luckily we have the connection done. It came from there, from that outlet. We did a bypass in there and added another cable. It gives you the option to do so, so that was easy. Ran the cable all the way around the edge here, went through to here, there, up there, and then in the back there it's connected, and now we have the TV rolling 100%. All right guys, the TV 120 volt connection has been completed, and here we have the outcome. Everything is already picked up, put in place. All the wirings has been tied down, tie wrapped, and put in place. The plug is back in place as well. Everything's back to normal, and here we have our TV right there, and it's already powered. You can see the power right there, and yeah, so we're done. All right, so here's what I had to do. I wasn't really happy with that white wire coming down from here to here. So what I did is I bought these things right here, which is really awesome. And the best of all is the color almost blends in there, so you can't see that white wire with the little tie wraps that I had on there before. And these are really easy to cut. All you have to use, it's one of these blades. You score a line and you just break it right off. I mean, it's so easy to use. And what this is, it's the wall cord cover, and it's really easy. It comes with several of them in the pack, and as you can see there, each one of these has an adhesive right behind it, so you just peel that off and you stick it wherever you want to put it at. And to cut it, I said it's just easy with the blade. You just score it wherever you want it and break it right off. Really easy. So it comes in two parts. So it has a part, as you can see right there, the back part is the one that sticks on the wall, and the front part is the cover, so you won't see that wire anymore. And this is the outcome right there. It almost blends in with the color of the wood that I have here now. Now if you have white, it comes in different colors as well. I think black, white, and this brown color here, which is perfect for my use here. So now you can't see that wire there anywhere, and I'm way more happier because I'm picky. I couldn't see the white wire going down there. It's just sore thumb all the way, so that makes it much better. I'm more happier now. I have my TV and you can't see that white cord anymore. All right guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope this video helps you if you do the same connection like I did here in the Jeanneau 795. And if you like the video, don't forget to splash the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, you can subscribe right now if you click on that button down there that says subscribe. And that'll help our channel grow. And thank you so much for subscribing. Peace from the Keys.